Matteo de Luca slammed his tattooed hand against the dinner table, and every glass in the private room jumped. Nobody touches her phone again. Claire Bennett stood frozen beside the service cart, one hand still wrapped around a silver coffee pot, the other pressed against the pocket of her black dress where her cell had vanished. 10 seconds earlier, the room smelled of roasted garlic, expensive tobacco, rain-soaked wool, and the bitter coffee burning behind her. 12 people sat beneath the low amber lights, all of them dressed like money and watching her like she was something that had wandered into the wrong cage. Matteo stood between Claire and Richard Bennett, her uncle, his broad shoulders blocking half the table from view. His charcoal suit was open at the collar, exposing the black ink climbing the left side of his neck. More tattoos disappeared beneath his cuffs and ran across his fingers, dark against the white linen tablecloth. He had arrived exactly 10 minutes after her message. Not 11, not 9, 10. Claire's mistake had been simple. She had meant to text Madison, her closest friend, "Please come get me. Don't call. Just come." Instead, she had sent it to the man whose number she still had from a hotel event 3 weeks earlier. The man nobody in Chicago contacted by accident. Matteo turned his head slightly. "Where's the phone?" His voice was quiet, which somehow made Richard look more nervous. "This is a misunderstanding," Richard said, forcing a laugh that died almost immediately. "Claire's had a difficult evening." "I didn't ask about her evening." Matteo's eyes stayed on him. "I asked where her phone is." Claire's wrist throbbed beneath the sleeve of her dress. Richard had grabbed her earlier in the hallway after she found the contract with her name on it. Not a hospital bill, not her father's old debt. A private loan for $280,000, guaranteed by Claire Bennett, with access to the Halston Crown's guest records listed as collateral. Her signature sat at the bottom. She had never signed it. Across the table, Vincent Moretti lifted his wine glass. "You came all this way over a text message." Matteo looked at Claire then, really looked at her. His gaze dropped to the way she held her arm close to her body, then to the untouched plate set for her at the far end of the table. "Did you ask me to come?" Claire's mouth went dry. Richard was staring at her. So was Vincent, somewhere behind the kitchen doors. A dishwasher rattled, ordinary and distant, if she told the truth. Richard would pull her younger brother from the treatment program by morning. If she lied, Matteo might leave. It was a mistake. She whispered. Matteo held her gaze for a long second. Then he pulled out the empty chair beside him and sat down. "Fine," he said. "Then I'll stay until I understand it." Richard's smile disappeared. Vincent lowered his glass. Claire felt the room tighten around them. Matteo reached for the leather folder near his plate and opened it. Inside was a printed copy of his private schedule for the next 2 weeks. Claire recognized the formatting immediately. It had come from the hotel's executive system. Her access code was printed at the bottom. Matteo looked up at her, his expression unreadable. "Claire," he said softly, "where did they get this?" Claire stared at the access code printed beneath Matteo's private schedule, and for one terrible second, the room tilted beneath her feet. "That is not mine," she said. Her voice came out quieter than she intended, but it carried far enough. Richard shifted in his chair. Vincent Moretti did not. Matteo rested one tattooed hand on the open folder, the black ink across his fingers stark against the cream paper. "It came through your credentials. Then someone used them. Convenient," Vincent said. Claire turned toward him. He wore a navy suit and the patient smile of a man who believed everyone eventually had a price. "You have been logging into restricted hotel systems after midnight for weeks," he continued. "We have records." Richard finally looked at her. "Claire, just explain it." The betrayal in his voice was almost convincing. Almost. She remembered the first time he told her about the debt. 6 years earlier, in the kitchen of her father's old house. He had placed a stack of hospital statements beside her coffee and said the family would lose everything unless she helped. Since then, she had given him part of every paycheck, skipped vacations, sold her mother's jewelry, and worked double shifts whenever the hotel hosted a major event. She had believed sacrifice made her loyal. Now she understood it had only made her useful. Matteo's eyes moved from Richard to Claire. "How much do you owe?" "That is private," Richard answered. Matteo did not raise his voice. "I was not speaking to you," Claire swallowed. $280,000. A faint sound moved around the table. Not surprise. Recognition. They already knew. Matteo leaned back, the tattoo at the left side of his neck disappearing beneath his open collar as he studied her. "For what?" "My father's medical bills." Richard reached for his water. His hand shook just enough to make the ice click against the glass. Claire saw it. Matteo saw it too. "Your father died 6 years ago," Matteo said. "Yes, the loan was open 3 months before that." Claire looked at him. The words did not make sense at first. Then they did, and something cold settled behind her ribs. Richard cleared his throat. There were other expenses, business problems, family matters she would not understand. "I understand numbers," Claire said. "You made sure of that every time you handed me another statement." Richard's face hardened. "Watch your tone." Matteo's hand flattened against the table. He did not strike it this time. He did not need to. "You forged her name," he said. Richard looked toward Vincent. That single glance told Claire more than any confession could have. Vincent set down his glass. "No one forged anything. Miss Bennett agreed to guarantee the debt." "I did not. You sign. Show me the original." Silence followed. Claire could hear rain tapping against the tall windows and the low hum of the ventilation system. Vincent smiled thin. Matteo closed the folder. "There is no original." "Is there?" Richard stood too quickly, knocking his chair backward. "This dinner is over." He crossed toward Claire and caught her by the wrist. Pain flashed beneath her sleeve. Before she could pull away, Matteo rose. He moved between them with calm, deliberate force, his tattooed hand closing around Richard's forearm just long enough to make him release her. "Do not touch her again," Matteo said. Richard stepped back, pale with anger. Claire held her wrist against her waist. Matteo glanced at the faint bruising, then at the locked door behind Vincent's men. "You sent me a message," he said to Claire. "Now tell me what they are afraid you will say." Claire looked past Matteo at the locked door and felt the truth press against the back of her teeth. The private dining room had gone to quiet. Even the rain against the windows sounded careful now. Richard stood near the wall with one hand clenched at his side, while Vincent Moretti watched her over the rim of his glass as if he already knew which choice she would make. Matteo remained between her and the rest of the room. His black suit sat clean across his shoulders. The collar opened just enough to show the dark tattoo climbing the left side of his neck. More ink covered the hand resting near the leather folder. He did not touch her. He did not rush her. Somehow, that made it harder to lie. "There is another file," Claire said. Richard's face changed before he could hide it. Matteo noticed. "Where?" he asked. "In the hotel archive." Claire forced herself to keep breathing. "I found it 3 nights ago while checking billing records. The debt under my name is tied to guest access, private events, and security schedules, not only yours." Vincent set his glass down. "She is confused." "No," Claire said, turning toward him. "I was confused for 6 years. I am not confused now." Richard took a step forward. "Claire, think about your brother." The words landed exactly where he intended. Evan, 24 years old, 9 months sober, still learning how to sleep through the night without waking in a panic. Richard had paid the first month of his treatment and reminded Claire of it every time she questioned a bill. Matteo's gaze sharpened. "What about her brother?" Richard gave him a thin smile. "Family business. You made it my business when you locked the door." Matteo looked at Claire. What did he threaten? Claire could feel every eye in the room. She hated that her voice trembled. She hated more that Richard noticed. "He said Evan would lose his place in treatment if I did not cooperate tonight." Matteo's jaw tightened. His expression barely changed, but the room seemed to grow colder around him. What does cooperate mean? Claire glanced at the folder. Confirm the schedule came from my login. Accept responsibility. Sign a statement saying I sold access because of the debt. Richard exhaled hard. You are making this sound worse than it is. Claire stared at him. You were going to send me to prison. No one said prison. You forged my name, used my account, and brought me here to confess. Her throat burned. But the fear was changing now. It was no longer the sharp fear of being trapped. It was the heavier pain of finally seeing someone clearly. Matteo opened the folder again. The archive file. He said, Can you access it from this room? Claire looked toward the small service terminal beside the wine cabinet. Maybe if they have not disabled my credentials. Vincent's chair scraped softly against the floor. This meeting is finished. Matteo turned his head. Sit down. Vincent paused. It was not the volume of the order that stopped him. It was the certainty behind it. Claire crossed to the terminal. Her heels clicked against the hardwood to loud in the silence. She entered her employee number, then her password. The screen flashed red. Access denied. Richard smiled. There. She has nothing. Claire stared at the message, then noticed a small line of text beneath it. Account locked at 8:42 p.m. The lockout had happened 7 minutes before she sent the message. Someone had known she was trying to leave. Matteo stepped beside her, close enough that she caught the scent of rain, leather, and expensive tobacco. Can you prove who locked it? He asked. Claire looked at the security stamp on the screen. Her pulse stumbled. The authorization code belonged to the hotel owner's private office. Yes, she whispered. But Richard did not do it. Matteo followed her gaze. Then who did? Claire turned slowly toward Vincent Moretti. Someone inside your family did. Vincent Moretti stopped smiling. For the first time that night, Claire saw something real move across his face. Not fear exactly. Calculation. Matteo saw it too. His tattooed fingers rested against the edge of the service terminal, still and deliberate, while the black ink at the left side of his neck disappeared beneath his open collar. Say it again, he told Claire. She looked at the authorization code on the screen. The account lock came from the owner's private office. Richard gave a sharp laugh. That proves nothing. It proves someone with executive access knew I was searching the archive. Claire said, and knew exactly when to shut me out. Vincent rose from his chair. This conversation has gone far enough. Matteo turned toward him. Then sit down and let it end. You are in my partner's hotel, and you are holding a woman in a locked room. The two men stared at each other across the warm amber light. No one reached for anything. No one had to. The pressure in the room felt heavier than the storm outside. Claire could hear the soft ticking of the brass clock near the bar. 9:17. She had been trapped in that room for 35 minutes. It felt like 3 hours. Vincent slowly returned to his chair. Matteo looked back at Claire. Who owns the private office? The hotel is controlled through a holding company. She said, the public records list 3 directors, but only one person has the master authorization code. Name? Claire hesitated. Richard's breathing changed. That was enough to tell her she was close. Anthony Bellini, she said. Matteo's expression did not shift, but one of the men near the door lowered his eyes. Claire noticed. So did Matteo. Bellini works for the Luca interests. Vincent said casually. That is not a secret. He worked for my father, Matteo replied. He reports to my cousin now. The silence that followed was different from the one before. Colder, more personal. Claire realized the trap had never been built only for her. She had been the cover. Matteo had been the target. Richard moved toward the table. This is all speculation. Claire has been under pressure. She is tired. I am standing right here, she said. I know. Richard's voice sharpened. That is the problem. The words hit harder than she expected. 6 years of payments. 6 years of apologies. 6 years of believing he had kept the family together after her father died. Claire felt something inside her finally give way. But it was not weakness. It was loyalty. Matteo closed the leather folder and slid it toward her. Open it. Claire looked at him. Why? Because they wanted you to sign whatever is at the back. Richard's face drained of color. Claire opened the folder. Beneath Matteo's schedule was a prepared statement admitting that she had stolen private records to cover personal debt. The signature line was blank. Below it sat a second page transferring responsibility away from the hotel and Moretti family. Her entire life had been reduced to 2 pages and an empty line. You planned this before dinner, she said. Richard did not answer. Claire looked at Vincent, and if I refused, Vincent folded his hands. You were expected to understand the consequences. Matteo pulled out the chair beside him. Sit down, Claire. She did. He took the statement from her and tore it once through the middle, then placed the pieces on the table. The sound was small, almost polite. She is not signing anything. Vincent leaned forward. You do not get to make the decision. Matteo's tattooed hand settled over the torn pages. I just did. Richard's phone buzzed. He glanced at the screen, and the last of his confidence disappeared. Claire saw the message reflected faintly in his glasses. Evan Bennett, transfer canceled. She stood so quickly her chair scraped the floor. What did you do? Richard locked the screen. Matteo looked between them. Claire. Her chest tightened. They pulled my brother from treatment. Claire's hand went cold around the back of the chair. Where is he? Richard slid his phone into his jacket pocket. Evan is being discharged. That is all. At 9:30 at night, her voice cracked, and she hated that everyone heard it. He has nowhere to go. Then perhaps you should have thought about that before embarrassing the family. The words landed with a dull weight of something she had always known but never wanted to name. Richard had never helped Evan out of kindness. He had rented his recovery and used the monthly bill like a leash around Claire's throat. Matteo looked at the locked door, then at one of his men standing near it. Call St. Matthew's Recovery Center, he said. Confirm whether Evan Bennett is still inside. Vincent shook his head. You are turning a private family matter into theater. Matteo's gaze moved to him. You invited an audience. Claire could barely hear them over the blood rushing in her ears. She pictured Evan in the center's gray sweatshirt, carrying his things in a plastic bag, trying to sound fine because he knew she was already drowning. She reached for her phone before remembering Richard still had it. Give it back. Richard did not move. You need to calm down. Give me my phone. Claire. Matteo spoke her name quietly, not as an order, as an anchor. She looked at him. His expression was controlled, but his tattooed hand had tightened against the back of the chair, the black lines across his knuckles bending with the pressure. My people are checking, he said. No one is putting your brother on the street tonight. You cannot promise that. I do not make promises I cannot keep. Something in his tone made her believe him, and that frightened her almost as much as the room did. Richard stepped closer. Do not let him fool you. Men like Luca do not help for free. Matteo turned slightly, placing himself between them again. She has already paid enough. The door opened. One of Matteo's men entered with a phone pressed to his ear. Evan is still inside, he said. The discharge request was submitted, but the staff has not processed it yet. Claire let out a breath she had not realized she was holding. Her knees weakened. Matteo pulled out the chair without touching her, and she sat. Who submitted the request? He asked. The man glanced at Richard, a representative from Bennett Family Holdings. Richard's face hardened. I am responsible for the account. Not anymore, Matteo said. Transfer the payment tonight. 6 months, directly to the facility. No Bennett signature required. Claire looked up at him. No. The word came faster than she expected. Matteo's eyes narrowed slightly. No. I will not trade one debt for another. The room went still. Vincent almost smiled, as though he had been waiting for her to prove his point. Matteo did not look offended. If anything, something softened behind his eyes. Then call it a loan, he said. No interest. No conditions. There are always conditions. Not this time. You barely know me. I know they forged your name. Used your brother. and plan to leave you carrying their crime. He leaned closer, lowering his voice. That is enough for tonight. Claire held his gaze. Up close, she could see the exhaustion beneath his control. The faint shadow at his jaw, the edge of the tattoo disappearing beneath his collar. He looked less like a legend and more like a man who had spent too many years expecting betrayal. From every direction. Why are you doing this? She asked. Matteo glanced toward the torn statement on the table. Because someone in my family helped build this trap. He straightened and looked at Vincent. And because she is the only person in this room who told me the truth. Vincent's chair scraped back. You are making a mistake. Maybe. Matteo reached for Claire's coat draped over the service cart and held it out to her. But it is mine to make. Claire stood and slipped into it. The wool still smelled faintly of rain and hotel soap. Matteo moved toward the door, but the overhead lights suddenly went dark. A red emergency glow filled the room, somewhere beyond the walls. The elevator alarm began to ring. The man at the door checked his phone. The building is locked down. Matteo looked at Claire. Is there another way out? She listened to the alarm, then to the quiet footsteps gathering in the hallway beyond the door. Yes, she said, but they know I know it. Matteo moved in front of Claire before the second alarm finished ringing. The red emergency lights cut across the black ink on his neck and hands, turning the private dining room into a place that no longer belonged to the hotel. Show me the other way out, he said. Claire looked toward the service door behind the wine cabinet. There is a staff corridor that runs to the loading level, but the electronic locks will be down. Can they be opened manually? From the kitchen office, Vincent Moretti rose in the darkness. No one is going anywhere. Matteo turned his head. You already made the mistake once. His voice stayed low, but Claire felt the warning move through the room. Richard stepped toward her. Claire, do not make this worse. She looked at the man who had raised her after her father died. The man who had taught her to call obedience gratitude. For years, she had mistaken his control for protection. Now she saw the difference standing directly in front of her. Matteo did not pull her behind him. He gave her space to choose. The kitchen office is 20 yards down the service hall, she said. There is an old key panel inside. One of Matteo's men checked the hallway through a narrow gap in the door. To people near the elevators. More farther back, Matteo removed his suit jacket and handed it to Claire. Put this on. I have a coat. Yours is light colored. She understood. His charcoal jacket would make her harder to identify beneath the emergency lights. The wool was warm from his body and smelled faintly of leather, rain, and expensive tobacco. It hung loose over her slim frame, the sleeves covering her hands. What about you? She asked. I will be visible either way. He rolled his shirt cuffs once, exposing more of the dark tattoos running along his forearms. There was no performance in the gesture, only readiness. Matteo looked at his men. You take Claire to the kitchen office, get the doors open, then move her to the loading level. Claire shook her head. You are not coming. I am staying here. Why? Because they locked the building for me. His eyes held hers. If I leave with you, everyone follows. The truth settled heavily in her chest. He was making himself the center of the room so she could disappear from it. You do not even know what is in the archive, she said. I know it matters enough for them to shut down a hotel. That does not make it worth this. A faint, tired smile touched one corner of his mouth. It vanished almost immediately. You are not the first person to tell me what my life is worth. Richard gave a bitter laugh. Listen to him, Claire. He is not protecting you. He is protecting evidence. Matteo looked at Richard. Maybe she is both. Then he turned back to Claire. But she still gets to leave. The service door opened. Cold fluorescent light spilled through from the corridor. Claire took one step, then stopped. On the table beside the torn confession, another sheet had slipped loose from the leather folder. A transfer record. She saw the Bellini authorization code again. But this time, there was a second name beneath it. Luca Ferraro, Matteo's cousin. The man expected to take control of the Luca business if Matteo ever lost the family's confidence. Claire grabbed the page. Matteo. He looked at her. She held it out. The person inside your family is not just helping them. She pointed to the signature. He is paying them. Matteo read the name. For the first time that night, his control cracked, not into rage, into something quieter and worse. Betrayal. The alarm continued above them. Footsteps moved closer in the hallway. Matteo folded the page once and slipped it into his shirt pocket. Go, he said. Claire did not move. What happens to you? I finished dinner. One of his men took her gently by the arm. Claire let herself be guided toward the service corridor, but she looked back before the door closed. Matteo stood alone at the end of the table, tattooed hands resting against the white linen, facing Vincent, Richard, and every person who had expected him to choose power over her. Then the door shut between them. The service corridor smelled like bleach, hot metal, and yesterday's coffee. Claire moved quickly beside Matteo's security man, the borrowed charcoal jacket hanging past her hips, the sleeves covering most of her hands. Her heels struck the tile in sharp, uneven beats behind them. The alarm kept ringing. Kitchen office is through there, she said, pointing toward a gray door beneath a flickering exit sign. The guard tried the handle. Locked. Claire pushed past him and reached beneath the nearby linen cart. Her fingers found the small metal key taped under the frame. Housekeeping hides backups everywhere. The door opened into a cramped office with 2 monitors, a desk fan, and a wall panel older than Claire. She pulled off Matteo's jacket and dropped into the chair. Her fitted black dress felt too formal for the humming room, but her hands were steadied now. Fear had finally burned down into focus. Can you open the loading doors? The guard asked. Yes, but I am not leaving yet, mister. Luca told me to get you out. Claire looked at the security screen, and someone in his family paid to trap him upstairs. She entered the hotel override code. The monitor showed the loading level, the staff stairwell, and the private dining floor. Several figures waited near the elevators, but the west corridor remained empty. Tell your driver to use the west ramp, she said. No headlights until the gate opens. The guard made the call. Claire switched to the hotel archive. Her account was still blocked, but the office terminal had emergency access. A list of payment records filled the screen. Bellini, Bennett Family Holdings, Moretti Hospitality. Then Luca Ferraro appeared again and again, hidden behind consulting fees and event expenses. Claire felt sick. Print all of it. Already doing it. The printer began feeding out pages with a dry mechanical rasp. The office phone rang. Both of them froze. Claire stared at the blinking line. Private dining room. She picked it up. Claire. Matteo's voice was calm, but she could hear the room behind him. Chairs moving. Men speaking softly. Are the doors open? Almost. Then leave. Luca Ferraro has been paying Bellini for 11 months. Silence. How much? More than $700,000 through hotel contracts. Take the records with you. I am sending copies to your attorney. Claire. His voice hardened. Do not stay there for me. She gripped the receiver. You stayed upstairs for me. That was my choice. This is mine. Another silence followed, heavier than the first. When Matteo spoke again, his tone was lower. You do not know what my family does to people who embarrass them publicly. I know what my family did when nobody was watching. Claire looked at the screen. I am done being quiet. The line went dead. A second later, the west loading gate began to rise. Cold rain blew beneath it, carrying the smell of wet pavement. A black sport utility vehicle rolled toward the ramp. Claire gathered the pages, but a new message appeared on the archive screen. Remote access request. Luca Ferraro. Someone was trying to erase the records. Claire canceled the request and sent every file to 3 separate addresses, listed on Matteo's legal documents. Now we go, she said. They reached the vehicle just as the hotel lights returned. The guard opened the rear door. But Claire stopped when another black car pulled across the ramp. Ellen and Luca stepped out beneath a wide umbrella. Matteo's mother wore a dark wool coat and a diamond pin in her throat. Her face was elegant, composed, and completely unreadable. Claire Bennett. She said, "Get in my car." The guard moved between them. Elena did not look at him. "My son has just destroyed a family alliance for you. Before this night ends, you will explain why." Claire tightened her grip on the printed records. "I can explain now." Elena's eyes dropped to Matteo's jacket folded over Claire's arm, then returned to her face. "No," she said. "You will explain at my dinner table, where the man who betrayed him is already waiting." The DeLuca dining room was warmer than the hotel, but Claire felt colder the moment she stepped inside. A long walnut table stretched beneath a chandelier of smoked glass, set with untouched plates, silverware, and crystal water glasses. The room smelled of rosemary, polished wood, and expensive tobacco. Luca Ferraro sat halfway down the table in a black suit, one ankle resting over his knee, looking far too comfortable for a man whose name appeared on $700,000 in hidden transfers. Elena DeLuca took the chair at the head. "Sit," she told Claire. Claire remained standing. Matteo's charcoal jacket was folded over her arm, and the printed records were pressed against her ribs. Her black dress still fit cleanly against her slim frame, but her shoes were wet from the loading ramp and her hair had begun to curl from the rain. She looked tired. She did not look defeated. "I would rather stand," she said. Luca smiled. "She has nerve. She has evidence." Elena replied, "That is more useful." Claire placed the records on the table. Luca did not look at them. "Anyone can print numbers. Then you should have no trouble explaining them." His smile tightened. Elena opened the first page. Payments to Anthony Bellini, consulting fees, event security, hotel maintenance. She turned another page. "Why does every transfer end with your authorization?" Luca leaned back. "Because I manage outside partnerships." Claire pointed to the dates. "These are not partnerships. The invoices were created after the money moved. Some events never happened. Two hotels listed here were closed for renovation." Luca finally looked at her. "You expect this family to believe a hotel manager over one of their own?" Claire met his stare. "No. I expect them to believe records you were not fast enough to erase." The room went silent. Elena studied Claire for several seconds. "Why help Matteo?" she asked. "Because your family helped frame me." "That is not what I asked." Claire thought of Matteo standing alone at the white tablecloth while she escaped through the service corridor. "He gave me a choice when everyone else had already decided what I was worth." Luca laughed softly. "That is touching. It is also dangerous. Matteo has risked a major alliance, insulted the Morettas, and exposed internal business because a beautiful woman sent him one frightened message." Claire felt heat rise in her face, but she did not look away. "He did not expose your betrayal. You did that yourself." The front doors opened before Luca could answer. Footsteps crossed the marble hall. Slow and heavy, Matteo entered without his jacket, his white shirt marked by rain at the shoulders. Sleeves rolled to reveal the black tattoos along his forearms and hands. The ink at the left side of his neck stood dark against his skin. He looked exhausted. He also looked completely in control. Elena did not rise. "You broke the Moretti agreement. They forged Claire's name and used my schedule. You could have handled it quietly." Quietly is how Luca lasted 11 months. Matteo walked to Claire's side. His eyes moved over her face, then to the records. "You stayed. I said I would." Something softened in his expression before he turned toward his cousin. Luca stood. "You are choosing an outsider over blood." Matteo placed both tattooed hands on the table. "Blood does not excuse betrayal." Elena's voice remained calm. "And if protecting her costs you this chair?" Claire looked at Matteo. The question was not symbolic. Everyone in the room understood that. "I can leave," she said. "You do not have to lose your family because of me." Matteo turned to her. "Do you want to leave?" Claire glanced at Luca. at Elena, and at the proof covering the table. Fear tightened her chest, but it no longer owned her. "No," she said. "I want to finish this." Matteo gave one slow nod. Then he faced his family. "She stays." Elena's expression hardened, then chose carefully. "Matteo," he pulled out the chair beside him for Claire. "I already did." Elena's question remained in the room long after Matteo pulled out the chair for Claire. What was the chair worth if keeping it required him to become the kind of man who traded people for peace? Claire sat, placed both hands on the walnut table, and looked directly at Luca. "The records have already been sent to 3 attorneys," she said. "If anything happens to me, they still exist." Luca's expression changed, not much, but enough, Matteo noticed. "You thought she was frightened," he said. "She was. She acted anyway." Elena closed the last file and turned toward her nephew. "You used this family's name to protect yourself. You brought strangers into our business and offered Matteo's scheduleless payment." Luca pushed back from the table. "I protected our future. Matteo was letting old rules make us weak." "No," Claire said. "You confused loyalty with obedience. They are not the same thing." Luca looked at her with open contempt. "You have been in this house for 20 minutes. That was long enough to see everyone waiting for Matteo to choose power over what was right." No one spoke. The grandfather clock in the hall marked midnight with a low, steady chime. Elena looked at Matteo. "And what will you choose?" Matteo stood beside Claire, his tattooed hands resting against the back of her chair. The black ink across his fingers looked severe against the polished wood, but his voice was tired rather than threatening. "Luca loses every position he holds. Bellini is removed. The Moretti agreement ends tonight. Every contract connected to Claire's name goes to legal review." Elena's eyes narrowed. "That decision will cost us. Then we pay it with money, with influence, with pride, with whatever it costs to stop pretending dishonor becomes acceptable. When the family profits from it." Claire turned toward him. This was not the man who had entered the hotel expecting to recover a stolen schedule. That man had believed control meant never allowing emotion to change a decision. The man beside her now understood that refusing to change could be its own kind of cowardice. 3 weeks later, Richard's forged agreements were voided. Evan's treatment was funded through an independent trust, and Claire returned to the Halston Crown only long enough to clear out her office. Matteo offered to erase every debt still attached to her name. She refused. "I will not owe you my freedom," she told him. They stood in his downtown office while rain traced silver lines down the windows. Matteo wore a black shirt with the collar open, the tattoo on the left side of his neck visible in the gray afternoon light. "What do you want instead?" he asked. Claire placed a folder on his desk. "A job." One eyebrow lifted. "You already have one." "Not anymore." She opened the folder. Inside was a proposal for an independent review office that would examine every family charity, loan, and business contract. No hidden debt, no forged signatures. No one used as collateral because they are too scared to speak. Matteo read the first page slowly. "You want authority over my accounts. I want authority to tell you when you are wrong." For the first time since she had known him, Matteo laughed. It was quiet, brief, and real. "That may be the most expensive position in Chicago. Then do not hire me." He signed the final page. Months passed. Trust came slowly, built through late meetings, honest arguments, and the space Matteo gave her to walk away whenever she chose. He never asked her to be grateful. Claire never asked him to become harmless. She asked him to become accountable. One rainy night, she stood beneath the hotel awning after another long audit, listening to tires hiss over wet pavement. She opened her phone and typed the same words that had once come from fear. "Please come get me." Matteo replied almost immediately. "Was that an accident?" Claire smiled at the screen. "Not this time." 10 minutes later, the black sport utility vehicle stopped at the curb. Matteo stepped out himself and opened the door for her. He had not rescued a helpless woman. She had survived long before he arrived. What she gave him was harder than rescue. She gave him a reason to measure power by the people it protected, honor by the price he was willing to pay, and love by whether the person beside him remained free to choose. Claire entered the car because she wanted to. Matteo closed the door gently because he finally understood that protection was not possession. Then they disappeared into the rain, not as a boss and a debt, but as to people who had chosen what kind of power they were willing to carry.